Hello, hello, my lovely Year 1 artists. We're going to have a play with colour mixing today. We're going to make a 3-circle colour mix and we're going to paint some cheeky monkeys. So we'll learn all about it. Here we are. I've done a little worksheet for you with 3 circles on. If you don't have this worksheet, if you're working at home and don't have this, it's very easy. Get someone in your house to help you. You just draw a circle at the top of the page and then 2 more circles that cross over. I'm sure an older brother or sister will help you with this if you struggle, or maybe a parent can do it. They've all got to cross over. That's the important bit. So here we go. We'll start painting. Now you need to use lots of clean water. We don't want to mix these colours up. We'll start with red, and I'm going to show you the way I always paint. I always paint the edge first. I go around the lines and I take my time on this little bit. Just very gently and slowly going around those lines and try and be nice and smooth. Now, because I've gone around those lines, I can be really quick in the middle here. Can you see how much quicker I am now? Because I'm not worried about going over the lines. I've already done those. Now we're going to get onto yellow, but if I just dip my red brush in, that'll make a terrible mess of the yellow. So I need to make sure it's nice and clean. And I get a nice bit of my yellow paint, and I'm going to do the next outer circle. We are, of course, doing the 3 primary colours. Remember, primary means first, like at primary school, your first school. And we're going to wash our brush really carefully. Did you see I drew around I painted around the edges again, and then could go a bit quicker when I did the inside. Going around the edge of the blue. Now I haven't got very good blue paint. It's a bit thin for some reason, this blue paint. I hope yours is a bit thicker, but it's okay. Still works. It's just a bit paler than I'd usually like it. There we go. We've got our 3 primary colours in. Make sure your brush is nice and washed again. I've got 3 different pots of water for my colours, blue, red and yellow. So on your table, if you're sharing with people, you might want to do the same. It just means you don't have to clean them so much. So now we're going to do the secondary colours. So this is where the red and yellow cross over, or overlap as it's called. We're going to mix some red and some yellow together, and we're going to fill it in there. Now, the more red you have, the more red your orange will be. And the more yellow you have, the more yellow your orange will be. So have a little play with mixing those colours. We're then going to move on, and we're going to do some red and blue, which makes purple. Fantastic. Another secondary colour, or second colour. Get a nice mix. And just as with the orange, if you have more of one colour in, it'll be stronger of that colour. So if I had more blue in, it'll be a bluey purple. If I had more red, it'll be a reddy colour purple. Now we're going to do our green, a blob of blue and a blob of yellow. Yellow's a lighter colour, so you'll probably need quite a bit more of the yellow. Stir that really well. It's important to mix your colours really well, otherwise it will be all streaky and it won't be one nice colour. And there we've done our secondary colours, our primaries, then our secondaries. And now we're going to mix all of our colours together to make brown. So this often happens when you're painting. You'll suddenly realise you've got a lot of brown paint. This is because you've mixed up all 3 primary colours, the red, the yellow and the blue, and they make brown when mixed together. And you could do some lovely things with brown, but sometimes it can be a bit annoying when you've turned all your paint brown. And there we have it. And it's exactly the same if you've drawn it on a piece of paper. Red goes to the red, yellow, yellow, blue, blue. Now, if you don't have squirty poster paints like this at home, you can use a palette of paints. This is just one that I had, but I only want you to use the red, yellow and blue. Don't start using the orange or the purple or the green. Use the colour mixing. Let me just show you how you do this. You use your lid to help you. So I'm going to get some of my red. I'm going to work the water in to get it going. And it looks like there's nothing there at the moment, but you'll see that makes plenty of paint. So I've got some red on there. I'm going to work in and get some yellow on my brush as well, which I can add to that bit there. And you see that? Beautiful orange. So you only need a little bit of these paints. Don't worry about it if you haven't got the poster paints. Let's have a look at how nice this orange is. You see? Whatever paints you've got, as long as you've got red, blue and yellow, you're absolutely fine. And you can do it. Lovely. Nice orange. Okay. So just work your way around if you're doing it without the worksheet. Just the same as before. Now I'm going to suggest that we stop the film now and that you do your 3-circle colour mixing. So let's stop the film, do this exercise, and then you'll be ready to start the film again when you've finished. Okay, everybody, good luck. Enjoy your 3-circle colour mixing. Let's paint some monkeys now. So we've had a go at the 3-circle colour mixing. We're going to have a go at this now, where we're going to see what we've learnt and see if we can remember it. If you haven't got this sheet, it's very simple. Just draw some circles on a page and we can do the colour mixing with that. If you've got someone in your family that likes drawing though, that you could also always ask them to draw you some monkeys, or you could have a go yourself and draw out 9 monkeys and then 1 at the bottom. So either circles or monkeys is fine. But it's the same idea. What we're going to do is we're going to put all our primary colours on first. Then we'll add our secondary colours. And my first primary colour I'm putting on is red. A nice red cheeky monkey. So I've copied Chris Ofili's monkey like we did in yesterday's lesson to draw it. Now that row's done because I'm doing that row of red, yellow is orange, but down the bottom I've got blue and red is purple. So I'm going to add my red in there as well. Now this is just to save me having to wash my brush so many times. Lazy really. You do it however you want. If you want to do that whole row first and then do the next row, you can do it like that. Or you can do it like me and just dot around the page. Just be careful. Next we're putting in our second, number 2 primary colour, which is yellow. And it's a nice thick bright yellow, the paint I've got here. It's only the blue that's not terribly thick. Second row is yellow and blue is green, so I can paint in a yellow monkey again. As I say, you don't have to do it like this. Do it how you like. And then we've got our blue. A rather wishy-washy blue. Yeah, I do hope you've got a good blue. There we go, pop in our tail. Now, this is a bit trickier to paint than the circles because you've got some very little areas to do. So my top tip is, if you push down hard on your brush, you make thicker lines. Next half term, we're going to be working more on brush strokes of making thick and thin lines. But just a tip for now is if you press hard, you get a thicker line. If you press lightly, you get a thinner line. And now I'm on to my secondary colours. So I'm on my row that says red and yellow equals orange. So I've got a nice orange cheeky monkey. There we go. And now we've got our colours mixed on our plates already. You might need to mix a bit more, but you should have some left over. And I'm going to get my green on, starting with the tail that time. And remember, don't press hard if you want thinner lines with your brush. Okay, that's our next secondary colour. So that's our nice yellow and blue equals green. And then we're on to blue and red equals purple. Now, it would be great if you can learn these. That's a really good artist skill to know how to make secondary colours out of the primary ones. So you could always put this up on the wall and keep checking it. You could also do things like at playtime, you could quiz each other. You could say, how do you make purple? And then the person would answer blue and red. So try and learn these. I'm doing my brown monkey now. Do you remember? Mixing the red, yellow and the blue, making brown. And that's pretty well it done. So really good opportunity to learn your colour mixing. Put your names on your work because you'll want to look back at these in lesson 3. So let's just have a quick look. I painted in the monkeys that I drew, and I painted in the circles that I drew as well. So it's exactly the same thing. If you don't have the worksheets, not a problem. Good luck, everybody.